Hello, today we're going to be talking about the death of John Lennon, the songwriter who brought the Beatles together. He was born on October 9th, 1940, Liverpool, England. When the Beatles broke up, each one went solo. Paul McCartney went with the Wings, a band he started with his wife. George Harrison also had a pretty good time with solo career, and he got to sing more. Ringo also had a great time in solo career, and he just released a country album. John Lennon moved away from Beatle life and did a lot of albums with his wife Yoko Ono. When John Lennon wrote a song, Give Peace a Chance, 1,000,000 people chanted it to Nixon, and Nixon wanted John and Yoko banned from America. John Lennon and Yoko Ono had one son named Sean. But instead of getting banned from America from Nixon, John and Yoko, with all their Beatlemania money, went permanently inside the Dakota and crazy with peace. In 1980, a man named Mark David Chaplin waited at the entrance. He was a super fan of John, as many people were, but was willing to kill him to be part of his life. He was only at the age of 25 when he killed John Lennon. Mark David Chaplin stayed at the house a long time. When John Lennon came out of the Dakota, he was in a hurry with Yoko. Mark David Chaplin came over to him, and John noticed he was holding the solo album John did called Double Fantasy, a hit. John, even though he was in a rush, asked if Mark David Chaplin wanted it signed. Mark David Chaplin nodded. John Lennon and Yoko Ono went back on their outing and came back late at night, and Yoko Ono asked if John wanted any dinner. John said no because he wanted to see his 5-year-old son go to sleep. They walked out of a limousine. John Lennon stepped onto the curb up to the sidewalk facing the entrance of the Dakota. Mark David Chaplin was now behind the limousine when he shot John Lennon 2 times in the back to his heart, one only grazing his left shoulder. Mark David Chaplin held a .38 caliber pistol handgun, dashing away, first saying, "I shot John Lennon." Lennon's last words were, "I'm shot." John Lennon was carried to the emergency room by Yoko Ono and a policeman. In the emergency room, the doctors didn't realize that it was John Lennon that they were taking care of because there was so much blood. Unfortunately, when they realized that it was John Lennon that got killed, he was already dead. How did they know it was Chapman? They knew it was Chapman because the guy who got a photo of John Lennon signing Double Fantasy had a conversation with Mark David Chaplin before that scene, and he learned that Mark David Chaplin came all the way from Hawaii. And when the police said that the killer of John Lennon might have came all the way from Hawaii, he said that it could have been Mark David Chaplin. Then Mark David Chaplin confessed. On his parole meetings, Mark David Chaplin said that he's now a religious man and that he just killed John Lennon because he really wanted to be part of John Lennon's life. John Lennon's funeral was held private by Yoko, and Yoko was the only one attending.
Hey, it's me, the normal guy who does these videos. My brother has been wanting to do this video for a while, so I figured I may as well just let him do it. If you want to see some of the other videos I've done, check out my channel, and if you feel like it, subscribe. I know I haven't made a video for a while, but I'm going to be starting to update a little bit more regularly after this video. Just been kind of busy lately. Please subscribe.